So today and tomorrow, we are going to spend some time together to understand how we can be a better version of our own selves. That's all. As simple as that. You're already teaching, you're already doing your best. Do you want to be better? Do you want to be a better version of yourself? So how we can be a better version of ourselves? For example, you play multiple roles in your family, right? You are like sister to somebody, daughter to somebody, wife to somebody, mother to somebody within the family. And within the society, you play certain roles like neighbors, society in charge. And when you come to the schools, you are like a teacher. When you are learning from somebody, you are a student. When you are reading a book, you are a student. When you are teaching, you are a teacher. So you play multiple roles. Yes or no? So these multiple roles carry certain energy. You have to spend some energy. You have to maintain certain decorum. You have to understand the core role of what you are playing. And then with the skill set, you will be able to do it. See, there is one science which is called the mother science. It is called the energy science. Very simple. Whatever the points I tell you, very important points, you please write it down because this is going to be the reference for you. There is one science which is the mother science. It is called the energy science. Now, what is the first point we discussed? The first and the foremost is how to be a better version of yourself. That is the core of this workshop. How to be a better version of yourself. Now, we play many roles in our life. How best you perform that role depends on energy. Yes or no? If you are full of energy, will you shout at anybody? Will you get irritated with anybody? I'm asking you a question. If you are full of energy, you will not get irritated. But when your energy level is very low, then you get easily irritated. Yes or no? So, energy is a very important factor for you to be the best of who you are. Do you understand? Energy is a very important factor for the best of who you are. Now, can anybody say why you go through stress? So, this session is going to be interactive. This is not going to be one way. I want all of you to answer. Why you go through stress? Hmm? Why you get uncomfortable in the first place? Continuous work, targets, no place to express, overthinking, lack of time management. No, when you have less energy, you can sleep also. Yeah. So there is a simple formula. Lot of things to do in too little time, and you have less energy. Then you get stressed naturally. You have a lot of things to do in too little time, and there is less energy. So there are three factors here: work, time, energy. There are three factors. So these three factors contribute to your stress. Now the work, can you compromise the work? You cannot compromise on the work. When you go home, you have to do your cooking, you have to take care of your family, you have to do the necessary things. There is no choice for you. When you come to school, you have to do your work. No choice for you. So work cannot be compromised. So the first factor, work cannot be compromised. Yes or no? Yes. Now the second factor, time. Is the time same for everybody? Every day you have only 24 hours. You don't have 30 hours. Yes, so time is a constant. You cannot change that. Work cannot be compromised. Time is a constant. Now let us come to the third factor. The third factor is the energy factor. Now imagine a situation, you have a lot of things to do and too little time and you are full of energy. Do you feel stressed? Do you feel stressed? Lot of work to do Too little time, but you are full of energy. Will you feel stress or not? Why you don't feel stress? Because you have the confidence, you have the faith. I'll do it. So energy plays a very, very important role in your life, how happy you live. So the third factor is the energy factor. Now, when you sleep and you get up in the morning, you feel fresh, but then you start doing many activities. You start speaking, you start thinking. So every time you speak, you consume energy. Every time you think, you consume energy. Any action you do, you consume energy. If you think unnecessarily, you consume more energy. If you think negative, you consume more energy. If you speak unnecessarily, you consume more energy. Now, you tell me, how many times you think unnecessarily? Almost 90% of the time, you think unnecessarily. You see, the human being, on an average, they have 60,000 thoughts per day. On an average, 60,000 thoughts per day they think. 60. And most of the thoughts are repetitive. Most of the thoughts are repetitive, and most of the thoughts are unconscious also. Constantly there is going on in your head, yes or no? So you lose a lot of energy, and what happens? You feel tired, you feel exhausted. When somebody says, I am tired, what does it mean? They don't have much energy. Yes? So, what happened to all the energy during the sleep we get? Because we are wasting it through unnecessary thoughts. Number one. Number two, when you think negative, you waste more energy. When you speak unnecessary, you waste more energy. So, the energy management is very, very important. Now, in this workshop, we are going to primarily speak about energy management. So, how do we manage the energy is the question mark. Now, when you spend time in nature, how you feel? Fresh, relaxing. Okay. Now, when you listen to nice music, how you feel? Very calm. Right? So, when you are watching a sunset, you feel so good. But when you are watching sunset, are you thinking anything? When you are enjoying the beauty of the sunset, do you think you are just enjoying the nature? So that means when you are not thinking, you are feeling fresh. So this is where the mindfulness comes. When some children are playing, small babies, they are playing in a nice way, very cute babies, they are playing, and you are watching, naturally you feel joy. When the babies are playing, will you think anything or you will just enjoy? You will just enjoy. So when you are totally present in the present moment, that means there is no leakage of energy, there is no wastage of energy. So that is called mindfulness. Write it down. When you are totally in the present moment, there is no wastage of energy. What we are discussing is energy science, energy management. Anything and everything you do mindfully, anything and everything you do mindfully, there is no wastage of energy. For example, you are cutting vegetables. I want all of you to do this experiment. So tomorrow morning, when you come, I want you to do this experiment and come. You will go cook at home, you will cut the vegetables. So when you are cutting vegetables, I want you to focus fully on cutting the vegetables. That moment, you are no more thinking. Your focus is only on cutting the vegetables. And simultaneously, you are observing the breath. Because breath, we all have breath. What happens if you don't have breath? If you don't have breath, you don't have names. What is your name, madam? Anusha. If you don't have breath, will anybody call you Anusha? What will they call you? Cops. Yes or no? As long as you have breath, you have a name. The moment the breath is no more, then people don't call you with name. They say it's just a dead body, it's a corpse. So who are you? You are associated with your breath. Your life is associated with your breath. As long as you are breathing, you have a name. As long as you are breathing, you have a name. So, when is the breath happening? The breath is happening in the present moment. I'm speaking, I'm breathing. You are all listening, but you're all breathing. So, breath is happening automatically. When you inhale the first breath, you are born. Yes? When a baby inhales the first breath, you say the baby is born. The same baby, when the grown up and exhales the last breath, they say he has vacated the body. So, in between the first breath and the last breath is life. So, your life, if you want to understand your life, if you want to make your life a better version, if you want to live a happy life, if you want to live a healthy life, you got to understand the breath and you got to connect with your breath. We all want to live a healthy life and you all want to live a happy life. Yes, healthy life and happy life. That healthy life and happy life is connected with your breath. Write it down in bold letters. If you really want to be healthy, if you really want to be happy, you have to understand and you have to be connected with your own breath. If you don't have breath, you don't have names only. So that important the breath is. Now, when you are breathing, now I'm asking a second question. I want all of you to answer. When you are breathing, what are you breathing in? Oxygen? Carbon dioxide? My simple question is, when you are breathing in, what are you breathing in? You are breathing in air. And this air has oxygen, carbon dioxide, other dust particles, whatever. But the body takes in oxygen and releases out carbon dioxide. This is what they teach you in the school. Yes? But what is the truth? Are you breathing only oxygen? You are breathing in a subtle energy. Every time you breathe in, you are breathing in a subtle energy. That energy is called prana. Every breath you are breathing, along with air, you are breathing a subtle energy, a very fine energy that is called prana. Prana. In Chinese, they call chi energy. In English, it is called life force energy. It is life force energy. If that energy is not there, this oxygen is of no use. If that energy is not there, then his oxygen is of no use. So, this subtle energy, this life force energy, is what is making you as a person. This breath has everything for you to sustain in this body. During sleep, you get energy. You know that, right? So, when you go to bed, you are very tired. But when you get up in the morning, you are fresh. That freshness is because of energy. So, during sleep, you get energy, but that energy is not sufficient. So, that's why you become tired. When you close your eyes and observe the breath, you get energy. So, what is the difference between the sleep and closing the eyes and consciously observing the breath? Is when you close your eyes and consciously observe the breath, you get 6 times more energy. When you close your eyes and observe the breath, you get 6 times more energy. If there is leakage in the pot, then whatever the water you fill, it will get wasted. The leakage will be there. So the first step is to make sure there is no leakage of energy. We all have energy. Yes, we all have some energy. Already we have some energy. So we have to make sure that there is no leakage of energy. So how do you make sure there is no leakage of energy? Clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, and then cross your feet. Cross your feet. So, doesn't matter. Left leg over right, right leg over right, left. Doesn't matter. So when you cross your fingers, when you cross your feet and clasp your fingers, what happens? This is called a lock posture. So in this lock posture, there is no leakage of energy. Whatever the energy you have within you is getting into a lock. So that means there is no leakage. This is the first step. Okay. So put your hands on your lap, comfortable. Your shoulders, hands, everything should be in the lock posture. Yeah. Don't keep it like this. Keep observing. Yeah. Relax. So this is the first step. Now the second step is you close your eyes and observe how the breath touches the tip of the nose and how it goes in and how it comes out. The breath is already happening. You don't need to do anything. You just need to close your eyes, observe the breath, how the breath is going in, how the breath is coming out. Second step. Now the third step. While you are observing the breath, if you notice any thoughts, don't fight with the thoughts. Don't be worried about the thoughts. Immediately cut the thoughts and come back to the breath. So this is the three simple steps we are going to do. Let us do this experiment for 10 minutes, only 10 minutes, and let us see whether the breath has energy or not. Okay? 10 minutes of meditation, only 10 minutes of meditation, you are feeling fresh. This freshness is because of the energy, the cosmic energy. When you close your eyes, observe the breath consciously. In other words, when you become mindful of your breath, you know what happens? When you become mindful of the breath, you are totally in the present moment. And you would have noticed your thoughts also reduce slowly. Yes? How many of you felt your thoughts reduce? Yeah. So, lesser the thoughts, more the energy. That is the equation. Write it down. Lesser the thoughts, more the energy. So this freshness you are able to get in only 10 minutes. In 10 minutes you are able to be so fresh, full of energy. So my dear friends, you have to understand the science of energy. How can you maximize the energy? We all have energy, but how can you maximize the energy? It is through the mindfulness on the breath. When you become mindful of the breath, when you become aware of the breath, when you observe the breath, when you witness the breath, then your energy increases. A very simple science. Some people call it as meditation. The science of meditation is equal to the science of energy maximization. Meditation is for energy maximization. If somebody asks you, what is meditation? You say, meditation is equal to energy maximization. As simple as that. Why you have to meditate? For my own energy, so that I will get more energy. Now, you see, mind, what is mind? Mind is nothing but the bundle of thoughts. Yes? Now, mind needs a future or the past. That's why we call it as a monkey mind. Because the monkey doesn't sit quiet in one place. It keeps jumping, it keeps moving. So that's why we call it as a monkey mind. That which is agitated, that which is keeps moving all the time, that is mind. Because mind exists either in the past or in the future. Mind exists only in the past or the future because imagine all your thoughts are concerned about the past or about the future. Yes or no? That is mind. Mind is nothing but the bundle of thoughts. Your mind is always either in the past or in the future. But in the present moment, mind exists, but mind is focused. In the present moment, mind is focused. When you close your eyes, observe the breath, your mind naturally becomes empty. When you open your eyes and observe the breath, you come to the present moment and you are fully focused. That is the difference between mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness means open eyes, you are totally in the present moment with the focus on the breath. That is mindfulness. Meditation means closed eyes, nothing to do, nowhere to go, be with the breath. Closed eyes, observing the breath is meditation. Now you are watching, you are observing what you are doing, you are opening your eyes and you are fully focused on what I am teaching. So this is mindfulness. You are totally present here. You are totally focused. Suppose you are watching me but you are thinking about something else. Then what we call body present, mind absent. But when your body and mind both are present, that is mindfulness. When your body and mind both are present, that is mindfulness. So what we did this 10 minutes is nothing but meditation. Very simple. How easy is it? No mantra, no tantra, no yantra, no belief system, nothing. Just sit comfortable wherever you are. You can sit in your staff room, you can sit in the classroom, you can sit anywhere. Just close your eyes and be with the breath. Only for 5 minutes, only for 10 minutes, there is a huge shift. Children, the psychology of the children. If the class is not interesting, then the children will not be attentive. Yes or no? They're always distracted. Now, the class to be interesting or not depends on the energy of the teacher. Yes or no? If the teacher is full of energy, then the student is attentive. If the teacher doesn't have energy, then the teacher herself is disturbed, agitated. Then the student is naturally agitated. A happy mother by default, a happy mother by default translates to a happy child. A happy wife by default translates to happy family. A happy teacher by default translates to a great teacher. If you want to be a great teacher, then you have to be a happy teacher first. That means full of energy. You are full of passion. Whatever the work you are doing, you should be passionate. So when you have passion, then you are a happy teacher. So this passion, you cannot impose from outside. Can you impose passion from outside? But passion comes from within. So the more you do meditation, the more naturally you become passionate in anything you do. This is the science. The more you meditate, the more naturally you become passionate in anything and everything you do. Now, as teachers, it is very, very important you understand what role you are playing. How many of you are here only for money? How many of you are here only for money? Please raise your hands. Be honest. I'm here only for salary. Nothing else I want in life. No. You want something else also. What you want? You want appreciation. Yes? You want appreciation. You want to see the children smile. You want to feel that I have done something useful. At the end of the day, before you go back home, you should feel that satisfaction, what we call it as job satisfaction. That yes, I have done a great work today. That job satisfaction increases your lifespan. That job satisfaction translates into you being happy person. So your happiness comes from the work you do. You have to understand that. The most important point. Your happiness comes from the work you do. And if you do your work the best, by default you are happy. This is called karma yoga. You know the definition of yoga? Anybody? Definition of yoga. Yogaha karmasu kaushalyam. That means yoga means whatever the work you do it with great efficiency. That is nothing but yoga. Yogaha karmashu kausalyam. Perfection, efficiency. When you do any work efficiently, that is nothing but yoga. Because whenever you are doing the work efficiently, that means you are totally in the present moment. Yes? A sculpture, imagine a sculpture, how mindful he is. Just one stroke, he does a wrong stroke, the statue is gone. Yes? Just one stroke. The same way, the teacher, one word, the teacher speaks negative, the student's life is destroyed. Yes or no? Only one word, the teacher speaks a negative word, the student's life is destroyed. So, how careful the teacher should be, how aware the teacher should be, how alert the teacher should be. Because when you are teaching, you are not only teaching as a profession, you become an inspiration to the student for the whole life. Whatever you teach, students can learn in Google. Yes or no? Is there anything you can teach what is not there in Google or AI? Everything the student can go home and do the Google search and he can learn everything from algebra to chemical to chemistry and mathematics. Everything is there online. But as teachers, what is your primary role? Your primary role is to be an example, is to be an inspiration. So the students come to the school to get inspiration from the school. So this is the most important point. So you write down in bold letters, teacher is equal to inspiration. That is a very apt definition. A teacher is not something who teaches. A teacher is one who is an inspiration. You are students in your childhood days. Yes? Which teacher you like the most? When you are a student in your classroom, which teacher you like? The teacher who is full of positive. Yes, the teacher who is always inspiring you, the teacher who doesn't scold you, the teacher who doesn't criticize you, the teacher who is always motivating you, the teacher who always see your best. Yes, you might not do the exam well, but the teacher says, "Hey, you are a great artist, you are a great sports person, okay, you are a gifted person, but focus little bit on the math subject also." So the teacher speaks motivatingly. The teacher never scolds you. So those kind of teachers you like naturally, yes or no? Now it is your job to live up to your own expectations. It is your job to live up to your own expectations. This is where the energy comes in. Energy is very, very important. If you are full of energy, then you can be a great mother, you can be a great wife, you can be a great mother in law, father in law, son in law, great teacher, everything, great daughter. You can be great, great, great. But if that energy is missing, you are a miserable wife, you are a miserable mother, you are a miserable teacher. So it is in your hands, my dear friends. The energy doesn't come from outside, the energy comes from within. The energy comes from within. The motivation comes from within. Now, another important question. Are you with me? Everybody with me so far? Can we quickly revise? What are the topics we have spoken? What is the first point? The whole idea of the program is how to be a better version of yourself. Our effort is to be a better version of ourselves. Why to be a better version? If you are a better version, you can be healthier. Suppose you are having wrong food habits, right? Now you change it into good food habits. Then who will benefit? Only you will benefit. Your health will improve. Suppose you are speaking unnecessarily. Now you don't speak unnecessarily. Who will benefit? Only you will benefit. You think unnecessarily. Now you stop thinking unnecessarily. Now who will benefit? You will benefit. So all those good practices helps you to be a better version. Mindfulness and meditation. These are the two subjects we are going to speak. What is the second point we discussed? We understood the three factors which contribute to the stress: workload, time, and energy. Now, when you have energy, in spite of the workload, in spite of the time constraint, you will not feel tired. That's the second point. Next point: how to manage energy. How do you manage energy? Now, here comes mindfulness and meditation. When you practice mindfulness, you conserve the energy. When you practice meditation, you maximize the energy. So there are two aspects. One, conserve the energy. Number two, increase the energy. Suppose you want lot of money in your bank account. What will you do? If you want lot of money in your bank account, what will you do? The first step, stop unnecessary spendings. That is the first step. Stop unnecessary spendings. And number two, start saving. If you don't stop unnecessary spending, where is the money to save? So the first step is stop unnecessary spending. And number two, increase the savings by deliberately depositing in the bank account. You have to deliberately deposit, or else the money doesn't grow. Yes or no? So, when you practice mindfulness, in your teaching, you can practice mindfulness. When you're reading, you can practice mindfulness. Anything and everything you do, you can practice mindfulness. The experiment I want you to do in mindfulness is when you sweep the floor, do mindfully, you will notice you don't feel tired. Cutting the vegetables, you cut mindfully, you don't feel tired. Anything and everything you do mindfully, you don't feel tired. So, mindfulness conserves the energy. Meditation increases the energy. You got it? Very fundamental. What does mindfulness do? It conserves the energy. And meditation increases energy. Now I'll tell you another point. Mindfulness increases the efficiency. Mindfulness increases the efficiency. Meditation increases the clarity. Mindfulness increases the efficiency in your work. Meditation increases the clarity of life, your life. When you have clarity in your life, then what happens? Now, this is the question. When you have clarity in your life, what happens to you? Now, imagine your life, you are clear in your life. There is a lot of clarity. Clarity means what you want, where you are heading, what is your life purpose, what you want to achieve in life, what you are doing today, and what you are going to do the next 1 year. So, there is clarity. So, when you have clarity, what will happen? So, that means your priority will be in perfect order. When you have clarity, your priority is in perfect order. You will not waste energy in unnecessary things. You will not waste time in unnecessary things because you are clear what you want. If you are not clear, then you are swinging this way, that way. But when you are clear, then your focus is yes, this is what I want, and for this, I have to do this. So your priority comes into the order. Most of the people they suffer in life because they don't have priority. They don't have the right priority in life. They spend their time and energy in the wrong areas. So their priority is screwed up. But when you have clarity and when the priority is perfect, then your life becomes a celebration. Yes, your life becomes a celebration. You become a celebrity. Clarity gives rise to perfect priority. Clarity and priority makes you a celebrity. A celebrity doesn't mean who is famous. A celebrity is a person who is celebrating life. So you celebrate life. That is the goal of life, isn't it? The goal of life is to celebrate life. So you become a celebrity. Now, how this meditation and mindfulness is going to help in your profession, in your personal life, in your professional life, in your personal life. We all have two lives, right? Personal life, professional life. When you practice meditation in your personal life, there is absolute peace. There is absolute peace. You know what you want in life. You start living life to the fullest. There is the relationship between you and your family members will be great relationship because you are full of energy. You are clear what you want. Even if the other person is doing mistake, for example, you are calm, you are cool, you are full of energy. Then your husband is shouting at you. What will you do? When you are calm, cool, full of energy, and you are very clear what you want in life, if your husband is shouting, what will you do? You will not react. You will not react. Yes? You will not react, but you will respond. Yes? From reaction, you graduate to responding. So, the more you stop reacting and the more you start responding, the relationship becomes beautiful. This is the secret of relationships. This is the secret of beautiful relationship where you stop reacting and start responding. And to stop reacting and start responding, you need lot of energy. You need lot of awareness. How do you respond? For example, your husband is shouting. So, you just keep quiet and say, okay, please drink some water. Let us speak and sort out. I know you are upset. I know you are angry. But let us speak it out whenever you are ready. Take your time. Whenever you are ready, I am ready to speak. Like that, you respond. Give him the space. Give him the time. Wait for him to come down. So that is responding. Reacting means you start reacting. How dare you speak like that? You know how much work I am doing. I am going to work because of you. So you start reacting. And when you start shouting, then he will start shouting more. Then who will get affected? The children will get affected. So every time you react, it is not only you, your whole family suffers. So the more you have energy with you, the more your personal life becomes a happy life. Number one. When it comes to the professional life, the more you have energy, the more you become efficient in whatever you are doing. Number one. Number two, there is no stress. When you go back home from the school, you will be happy. You are stress free. There is no stress. You are in a very happy space. And number three, you will be an efficient teacher. You will be a great teacher. You will be a happy teacher. Because that joy, the soul satisfaction, the job satisfaction you get seeing the smile in the student's face, you will not get with any amount of money. Yes, you will not get that joy. Any amount of money, any parties you go, any five-star hotel you go, that joy you will not get. But when a student is smiling, when the student says, "You are a great teacher, you are my inspiration," if the student says, "You are my inspiration," that's it. Your life is complete, fulfilled. That is called soul satisfaction, job satisfaction. So, when your professional life is a happy life, that contributes to your personal life. Yes? When you are happy at school, you go back home, that supports your family life. So when you are happy in your professional life, by default, that contributes to the happiness in the personal life. When you are happy in the personal life, that contributes to the professional life. In the morning, you are leaving the house. Okay, your husband is smiling at you. The children are saying bye bye. So you see joy in their face. You come to the school, you are happy. You radiate that happiness. But you are having stress, struggle, scolding, shouting. You come to the school. Do you think coming to the school you will be a nice person? You will carry the same agitation. You will carry the same frustration. So your professional life and your personal life are intertwined, my dear friends. Yes, do you agree? It is intertwined. 100% it is intertwined. So now the simplest, the most efficient and the most powerful technique to be a great person personally and professionally is to have more energy. And that energy you will have through your breath. This is called meditation. Pure science. You experimented, no? Only 10 minutes you felt so relaxed. Now imagine how many periods you have per day? 8 periods. 8 periods. So each period, if you make the student just close the eyes, just close the eyes and observe the breath. Whether the student observe the breath or not doesn't matter. Just close the eyes and sit calm, relaxed for 5 minutes. Every period, 5 minutes. So that means in between one period and another period, there is 5 minutes. So what happens? Whatever the previous class the student listened, it gets completely absorbed into the memory. And whatever you are going to teach, so the student is ready to listen. So 5 minutes every period, you make the student sit and you will also sit. So what happens? You have a time to recharge. The student has the time to recharge. So like that 5 minutes every period, if you do 8 periods, that means 40 minutes. So 40 minutes you have time to relax and recharge. So this is how you will become an inspiration to the students. You should tell the students, okay, let us meditate 5 minutes. In the beginning, they will do some kind of mischief. But in our experience, when we go on school, teach the schools, the first 1 week, the students are mischievous. They'll open the eyes like this and see. But if you make it as an everyday affair, you know what they do? Okay, it's only 5 minutes. Let me close my eyes. So they become disciplined naturally. Okay. So you should maybe appoint one class leader and say, okay, make sure nobody opens the eyes. And you should tell the student, see, children always learn from observing. Children always learn from observing. So you should tell the students, they say, okay, I am going to close my eyes and I'm going to relax. So you close the eyes and I'm going to relax for 5 minutes. Everybody close the eyes and relax. So when you do it sincerely, then the students also will do it. So if you make it every period, only 5 minutes, then you will have a break. The students will have a break. Then what happens? Meditation becomes the culture of the school. Meditation becomes the culture of the school. So as teachers, you will have full of energy. As students, they have full of energy. Then it becomes a great school. Now, when you have energy, this energy is having a multiplier effect. Suppose there is a new syllabus introduced. Okay, so now we say, okay, project based learning. Now you are used to the old ways of reading the books, memory, and then write it down. Now new syllabus are going to come. If you don't have energy, then you feel stress. What is this year? Every time there is a new syllabus, new course. Teachers have to do more work because anything change, you resist. The mind resists anything new. Yes, because the mind is used for repeating things. When there is something repeating, you feel comfortable. When there is something new, you get shaken. So the mind resists everything new. So every day you are doing 5 minutes meditation, you know what happens? Your mind says, yes, I want new. So you become proactive for learning new things, for adapting new things. There are n number of benefits of meditation. I'll tell you some of the important benefits. I want you to experiment if it happens to you or not. Because in this training class, I want you to experiment the meditation benefit. Only if you are convinced, then you will be able to teach your students. So the first benefit, write down. The first benefit in meditation, your memory power increases. The first benefit, your memory power increases. The second benefit, I'm telling you the important benefits related to the school curriculum, in the school environment. Because memory is very important. As a teacher, memory is very, very important for you. Because if you keep seeing the book and teaching, the student is not inspired. But without seeing the book you are teaching, the student is inspired. You are having an eye contact to the student and the lessons are coming like a flow experience, then the teacher is respected. If the teacher is reading the book and teaching, the teacher doesn't have that much respect. Do you agree? Yes. So memory power is very, very important. First, primarily for the teacher, then naturally for the student. So the first benefit of meditation is memory power is increased. The first benefit. The second benefit, the more you meditate, the more naturally you don't get tired. The more you meditate, the more naturally you don't get tired. How we will do this experiment? First point, the memory power increases. How will you do? So I'll tell you that experiment. Now you have just started meditation. How many of you, for you, it's the first time experience of meditation? Please raise your hands. The first time. Okay. So now, on an average, how many pages can you read per half an hour? Maybe 5 or 6 pages. So that is your average reading capacity. You know that, right? Now, after 1 week or after 10 days, you will notice that you will read more pages. Your absorption is more. And you will also notice that whatever you read remains in your memory. Before it remains in your memory for 1 or 2 days, and then again you have to refer, or it remains in your memory for 1 week, again you have to refer. But now you will notice that whatever you read, it remains in your memory for longer. And also your ability to read. I'll tell you this experiment. Okay? Before you read a book, before you read any book, just close your eyes and observe the breath for 10 minutes. You just close your eyes, observe the breath for 10 minutes, and then you read the book. Before, you will be able to read 5 6 pages for half an hour. After you close your eyes, observe the breath, and read, you will be surprised. You will be able to read 8 9 pages. In the same time, you will be reading 8 9 pages with greater understanding, with greater depth. How many of you will do this experiment? Yes, very good. So the experiment is before you touch the book, close your eyes, observe the breath for 10 minutes, and then you read the book. You will notice that whatever you are reading, there are two factors. Number one, the depth of your understanding increases. Number two, the pages, the number of content you read also increases. So the depth increases, the content also increases. So that is how you will do the experiment. Now, efficiency. I said you will not feel tired, right? The second point is, I said you will not feel tired. Now, how will you do this experiment? One period you teach the students. One period you teach the students without meditation. And another period you begin the class with meditation. You yourself will come to know. At the end of the period, you will not feel tired. Yeah? So, that is the one experiment you can do. When you go home, how can you do this experiment? First thing you get up in the morning. First thing you get up in the morning, okay, you will have your regular household work. The first thing you get up in the morning, you close your eyes and observe the breath for 15 minutes. And then you start the work. Then you will be able to do the work fast. That is one way to experiment. Or I'll give another way to experiment. You will feel tired in any given one day, you will feel tired and exhausted. So anytime you feel tired, anytime you feel headache, anytime you feel tired, anytime you feel headache, for example, you go back from school, you had a long day, when you go home, you feel little tired, you feel like resting, relaxing. Yes? So you know that you are tired, you know that your body is tired, you know that you are having a headache. That moment, don't drink tea, coffee. Tea, coffee you can drink later, but as an experiment, immediately sit, close your eyes, observe the breath for 10 minutes. In the 10 minutes, all the tiredness goes away. In 10 minutes, all the tiredness goes away. So that is how you will experiment. So meditation takes you all tiredness. You will not feel tired. Is it simple experiment? So for example, even you are sitting in your staff room. Teachers on an average, how many periods you have? How many periods? 5 or 6 periods. So there is 2 periods you will spend in your staff room for book correction or reading some books, some spare time you have every day, right? So when you are sitting in the staff room, coming out of the classroom and you are going to the staff room, you just before you start doing any work, 5 minutes you close your eyes and meditate. Instead of correcting 50 papers, you will correct 60 papers, 70 papers. And even after correcting, you will not feel tired. Because when you are correcting, you are doing mindfully, you are not thinking. So there are two things I want you to experiment: mindfulness and meditation. These two are very, very important. Okay, how many of you will do this experiment? Everybody? Tomorrow I'm going to ask the result. What is the first experiment you will do? While cutting vegetables, you cut mindfully. While cleaning the floor, you do mindfully. That means no thoughts. When you are cleaning the floor, your 100% focus is on cleaning the floor. Your body and mind is totally present in one place. And any thoughts comes, immediately bring your attention to the breath. Any thought, immediately bring your attention to the breath. When you bring your attention to the breath, you are in the present moment. So in the present moment, there is no tiredness, there is only focus. So that is the first experiment. Okay, write it down. These are the experiments I want you to do. The first experiment is mindfulness at home. Okay, mindfulness at home when you are doing any household activity. Any household activity. Number two, you put the title mindfulness experiment. Put the title as mindfulness experiment. The first experiment is doing any household work mindfully, and you have to experiment that after doing the work you will not feel tired. Even you work for half an hour, 1 hour, you will not feel tired. Whether it is true or not, you are going to experiment. Okay, 1 hour, lot of work you do, but you do mindfully. No thoughts. Only the focus is on the work. Even after you do 1 hour, you will not feel tired. That is the experiment. Okay. Now, that is in the personal life. In the professional life, when you are correcting the books, when you are correcting the papers, you are doing mindfully. You are not thinking anything else. You are fully focused on it. Then, again, the same experiment. Are you feeling tired or not? Okay, so I want you to do this mindfulness in the personal life, also in the professional life. Number one. Now, what is the other experiment? Meditation experiment. Now, when it comes to the meditation experiment, in your personal life, when you go back home and at any point of time you are tired, just close your eyes for 10 minutes, only 10 minutes. You close your eyes, all your tiredness goes away. You are no more tired. Write it down. So experiment with meditation. Point number one, personal life. Anytime I feel tired, I close my eyes and observe the breath. These are the things I want you to experiment. Because unless you experiment, you will not come to know the truth. Now, when it comes to the personal life, whenever you feel headache or tiredness, you will experiment meditation for 10 minutes. When it comes to the professional life, how will you experiment? Reading the books. Before you touch the book, meditate for 10 minutes. You sit in the staff room or sit in the garden, sit in anywhere. 10 minutes you meditate and then you start reading the book. Now the experiment result is the depth of your understanding increases and the number of pages you read also increases. Whether it is true or not, I want you to experiment. Okay, so I've given two experiments in mindfulness. I've given two experiments in meditation. So first I want you to experiment this and then we'll go to the next one. Okay. These are the simplest and the most efficient benefits we have in meditation. Meditation has many benefits. Meditation has many benefits. These are the very important benefits. The most important benefit through meditation is you will start graduating from reaction mode to the responding mode. The more you meditate, the more you stop reacting and more you start responding. So you will graduate yourself. You will uplift yourself from reaction mode to responding mode. But this doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Like 3 months, 2 months, every day you are meditating. Then naturally you graduate from reacting mode to responding mode. Then your family members will be, oh, you have changed a lot. You are no more agitated. Now you become so cool. Now you become so calm. You become wonderful. Your husband will say, for the first time I am seeing your beauty. Before you are shouting, I cannot see your beauty. Now you are not shouting. You are so beautiful. Let's go for a movie. Let's go for shopping. So your family members will compliment you. Then you know, yes, meditation has done something to you. So that takes some time, 2 3 months of everyday practice. Okay. Now, what you want at the end of the day? To live a happy life, to live a meaningful life. Now, this is the direct result of it. Now, an important experiment. The more you start meditating, the more you start meditating every day, the more naturally your illness goes away. You become healthy naturally. You will stop all your medicines very naturally. Your health improves. First and foremost, your physical health improves. So that's why we started this Breath Energy Health Foundation. The more you meditate, the more your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health, and your social health, everything improves naturally. It is a natural phenomenon. The more you meditate, the more you become healthy holistically. I want you to do this experiment. So, for this experiment, a minimum of 3 months is needed. So, 3 months you have to see. First, you see how you are, and over a period of time, in 3 months, how gradually you are improving. For this experiment, I want to do journaling. You know what is journaling? Do you know what is journaling? Yes? No? Journaling. Okay. Journaling means at the end of the day, before you go to bed, you keep a diary and you write down how was your day. I want all of you to start from today, the journaling practice. Very important because your journaling practices will help you monitor your own progress. Journaling simply means you write down how was your day. What are the important moments of that day? What are the beautiful learning moments of that day? What are the challenging moments of the day? How did you overcome the challenges? Overall, how did you feel emotionally? Is it a good day or is it a challenging day? Is it a sad day? What are the challenges? How did you address it? Number one. And where you wasted your time. In which aspect of that particular day you wasted time. Where you wasted your energy. Unnecessarily you had an argument with that person. So you know that, oh, I have spoken unnecessarily. So I wasted my time and energy. So you write it down. So that next time you don't want to do that. So that is journaling. So when it comes to journaling, every day before you go to bed, you have to write down how is your day. Okay? If you say that, sir, at home I cannot do it, it is too much for me, then do it in the school. Before you leave the school, it is your own personal diary. Before you leave the school, write just few points. Before you do journaling, just close your eyes and meditate for 5 minutes and then you do the journaling. Either you can do at home or you can do at school. It is your choice. What is the first point in journaling? What are the learning moments of that day? What are the important things you learned? What are the new things you learned? Either about yourself or about general things. What are the important things you learned? Number one. What are the challenging moments and how did you overcome that challenging moments? How did you respond? Instead of reacting, how did you respond and come out of the challenges? Number two. So, number one is what are the learning moments? And number two, what are the challenging moments and how do you handle the challenging moments? And number three, the third point is in which area you wasted your time and you wasted your energy. Third point. And fourth point, where you want to correct yourself. Where and how you want to correct yourself. The third point is where you wasted your time and energy. The fourth point is how you can become a better person. You cannot expect the progress immediately next day. See, any change, it takes slow and steady. Suppose you said, oh, unnecessarily I gossiped. I was in the staff room. Instead of reading a nice book, I was unnecessarily gossiping. So that I don't like. So maybe tomorrow I don't want to do it. So you write it down. So tomorrow I don't want to do gossip. I want to avoid gossiping. But tomorrow you come to the staff room, everybody is gossiping, unconsciously you also participated. Then the second day, okay, next time I'll be more aware, but this time I missed. So it takes time. You might fail 2 times, you might fail 3 times, doesn't matter. Are you aware of it? Are you making efforts to it? That matters. So this is journaling. Now this journaling will help you to see how you were on the day 1 and how you were on the day 10, how you were on the day 30. You can yourself see how your life is transformed so beautifully. Because when you quickly check back, you say, oh, on the first day, I was having irritating thoughts. You write in journaling, I was feeling very stressed, I was feeling very angry. So you write it down. That is your emotion. So journaling, the first point is how you felt that day. Emotionally, how you are that day. That is the first point. So when you see third day, fourth day, 10th day, 40th day, you will see, okay, my day is very calm, my day is relaxed, I have a lot of work, but still I enjoyed my work. You will notice, oh, first day I used to be so stressed, the last day, 40 days, I'm so happy. So this journaling I want you to do 40 days. So day 1 to day 40, write it down. It's a 40 days journaling exercise I want you to do. In this 40 days, you will come to know how your life has transformed. You yourself will be a witness to it. I have given you experiments. You have to do experiments. Okay. Now, which experiment is easy to do? You tell me. Cutting vegetables and also cooking. When you are cooking, you should not speak on the phone. You should not think. See, when you are cooking vegetable, you are thinking about bank balance. You know what you are putting in the food. You are putting in the energy, fear energy in the food. And when somebody eats it, they feel more fearful. So when you are cooking and you are cooking mindfully, then there is a lot. You are focused on the cooking. Then naturally there is a lot of positive vibrations. Right? That's a very easy example. Cleaning also. When you are cleaning, you can do this cooking example. You cook mindfully, and your family members will say the food is tasty. If you don't cook mindfully, then they'll say everything is there, but some taste is not there. When you cook mindfully, people will appreciate the food of that taste. Same ingredients, nothing changed, but the food becomes tasty. So that is the first and the most important experiment. And the second experiment, correcting the books or any work you do. What work you do in the school, you tell me, other than teaching? Correcting the notes, preparing the notes. You have to prepare the question answers, questions you have to set. So all those work, whatever you are doing, do it mindfully. That means no thinking. No thinking about husband, children, wife, bank balance, nothing. Focus only on that work. Then you will see that you will not feel tired. And whatever the work you are doing is a great work. You are setting a question paper, it will be a perfect question paper. No mistakes. When you do mindfully your work, there will be no mistakes. So that is the experiment you want to do. Okay? So this is the mindful experiments. Meditation experiments. You are tired, just close your eyes for 10 minutes, observe the breath, your headache is gone, your tiredness is gone. Before reading books, meditate for 10 minutes. Before teaching class, meditate for 10 minutes. It creates a quantum leap. And our correspondent sir has agreed to make 5 minutes meditation every period. Let us give him a good round of applause. So, what it means is you are getting paid for doing meditation. You are getting paid to do meditation, and through your meditation practice, you are going to be a great teacher. So it's going to be a win-win situation. So you, on your personal level, you are improving yourself, and collectively the whole school gets prosperous. Every day there is meditation, 5 minutes every period. Because one teacher leaves, another teacher comes, two different subjects. So that is that 5 minutes gap. That 5 minutes gap helps them to reorient themselves. That 5 minutes gap helps the teacher to refresh. That 5 minutes gap helps the student to realign and to be cheerful and to be absorption. The absorption rate is more. You see, the attention span of any person is 20 minutes average, plus or minus. 20 minutes is the attention span. More than 20 minutes you listen something, you don't have that attention span. It is going this way or that way. It doesn't go inside you. But if you give a 5 minutes meditation break, then the attention span increases. It is a proved science. Yes or no? 10 minutes you meditated. After that, your attention span increased. You are not feeling sleepy. You are not feeling tired because your attention span increased. Only with 10 minutes, your attention span increased. We've been in this class for the last 2 hours, but you're not feeling tired. Why? Because your attention span increased. Only with 10 minutes meditation. This is the magic meditation can do.